Today we're going to talk about 4 stages of breath, what ratio you should breathe in, and 2 ways of spinal breathing which will help your concentration and make you more meditative. Breathing is the foremost practice used in very advanced level of meditation. One important thing to note here is this is one of the focused breathing techniques. So this is not something, so the first thing we talked about was deep breathing, which is something you do while doing everyday things and performing everyday tasks in your life, whereas this is your focused breathing time. So this is where you sit down in one place, ideally in certain cross-legged position. If you can't, just sit in your chair. Make sure your back, neck and your head is in the straight line, and you're doing some focused breathing. So your whole focus is taking away a lot of daily thoughts and then just focusing on your breath and calming yourself and making yourself aware in the present. There are 4 stages of breath. Inhalation, when we take in the breath. Inhaled retention, when we breathe in and keep the air inside our body. Exhalation, taking our breath out. And exhale retention, when there's no air in the body and we are keeping the air out and taking a gap before taking the breath in. Each of this has to be done in the right ratio to get the most optimum out of it. So what is the ratio? The ratio is 1, 4, 2, 3. So for every inhalation of 1 second, there should be inhale retention of 4 seconds, exhalation of 2 seconds, and exhale retention of 3 seconds. And what you can do is you multiply it. So for example, if you're taking inhalation of 6 seconds, then your inhale retention becomes 24 seconds, your exhalation becomes 12 seconds, and then your exhale retention becomes 18 seconds. So it becomes 6, 24, 12, 18. And that becomes your one breath. If you keep increasing the length of this exercise, it becomes very advanced form of meditation. Now there are 2 ways of doing this. One is with gaps and the other way is without gaps. So the 1, 4, 2, 3 is one with gaps. So you have exhale retention gap and inhale retention gap, whereas the other technique, which is what I would suggest for most of you to do, and even I practice it most of the day as well, is just the one without the gap. So what you do is you start with a 1-1 ratio. So for every inhalation of 1 second, you have an exhalation of 1 second. What I would suggest is you slowly improve that. So you change that ratio from 1 to 2. So for every inhalation of 1 second, you should do an exhalation of 2 seconds. You start with just observing, take 3 or 4 breaths, just inhale as much as you can, count it, exhale as much as you can, count it, and you see where the number lies. It might be anywhere between 6 to 12 seconds, and don't rush into it. You should by the end of the breath you shouldn't be like breathless and like coming out of it. The whole process is becoming more meditative. So do what's absolutely comfortable for you, and then slowly we will learn techniques to improve that. It's like working, it's the same way as making your body muscle work. So you do want to push yourself a little every day, but you don't want to break yourself. It's a marathon, it's not a 100-meter race. So slowly pace yourself. If you're doing something, if you're taking a 6-second breath or a 12-second breath, whatever the time is, just make sure that you can do it comfortably for at least 12 breaths, at least 12. Ideally is 108. So 108 cycles of breath. So if it's 1, 4, 2, 3 technique or 1, 1 technique, either way, it should be at least 12 breaths you can take without break, without being breathless, just being comfortable, not moving your whole body. You should be able to do this technique without heavy breathing or anything else. What I'll do is I'll go through different level of techniques and then talk about how many times you should do it, how long you should do it, and few bits around the practice. Level 1 is the 1-1. So 1 second inhalation, 1 second exhalation. Okay. The second stage is 1 second inhalation to 2 second exhalation. Again, these are ratios, so every 1 second inhalation to 2 second exhalation. And this first and second one, you can actually do it in your daily life. You don't have to worry about sitting down. If you practice more and more, you should be able to do it in your daily life. But when you're doing focused breathing, make sure you extend the time frame in terms of the length of your breath. So try and target longer breaths as much as you can. Next is, now you've done your inhalation and exhalation, you've increased from 1-1 to 1-2. The next stage is add inhale retention stage. So you start with 1-2-2 ratio. So that's 1 second, 2 second, 2 second. So 2 second inside, 2 second to breathe out, and 1 second to breathe in. Next stage is 1-4-2. So 1 second inhalation, 4 second inhale retention, 2 second exhalation. The stage after that is 1-4-2-2. So that's 1 second inhalation, 4 second inhale retention, 2 second exhalation, 2 second exhale retention. And the highest stage is pretty much 1-4-2-3. 1 second inhalation, 4 second inhale retention, 2 second exhalation, and 3 second exhale retention. So how long? You can start anywhere from 6 seconds or 12 seconds and take it up to 24 seconds. 24 seconds is ideal. If you can do more, even better. What I would suggest is count your average breath, how long you can do the inhalation and exhalation in 1-1 and 1-2 ratio, and put that down in the comment section below. How many times? Minimum 12. So take 12 complete breaths, inhalation, inhale, retention, exhalation, exhale, retention, or just inhalation, exhalation, whatever the technique you are doing, do minimum of 12. And if you want to increase it by 12 each time. Ideally, you should do at least 108 breaths daily. Now the important question, where to focus while you are doing it and how to count yourself. So there's multiple ways you can do this in terms of counting. You can do count of 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, and then do it up to 10,000 and then stop that. Start with 1000 again, because what will happen is as you increase the numbers, it will go into, if you're doing like 67,000, then it will be more than 1 second, so you will struggle. So again, do 1000, 2000 up to 10,000, start again 1000, 2000, 10,000 instead of 1, 2, 3, because that will become slightly faster. Second thing you can do, if that doesn't work, is you can just focus on saying Om. So just say Om, 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 and just use your fingers, right? And just do it the number of breaths you can, and just count Om each time. What you can do is you can count how many Oms you've said on one finger, and on the other side you can count how many cycles of breaths you've done. If I'm doing mental counting, then I have this mudra, which is called Gyan Mudra, knowledge mudra. Mudra means pretty much the position of your hands. So we talked about how to count it, whether it's by numbers in terms of 1000, 2000, or just by chanting Om. Second thing is where to focus. So ideal thing to focus in this is between your eyebrows. Let's focus between your eyebrows, and the way to focus this is close your eyes and mentally focus your eyes here. And what you do is you start looking upwards like this and inwards like this, forming a triangle, and you should focus as much where you got just a little bit of pain, If it's too comfortable, then you're not going to stay aware and awake. So make sure there's a little bit of tension and you're focusing that. The other thing to focus on is spinal breathing. So what you do is as you breathe in, you should actually bring your awareness from down to up. So following your spine. So yeah, just focus your spine all the way down, all the way up between your eyebrows. So keep your focus on your spinal cord going up and down. Again, when you breathe in, make sure you're going down to up, and then when you breathe out, you're going up to down. So keep your focus on that. If you know about the Kundalini chakras, then you can focus on that as well. I'll do a separate video on that. But for now, just if you don't know any of that, don't worry about it. Just focus on your spinal cord and just breathe in and breathe out. And then just time yourself. The amount of time you take to breathe in, the same amount of time to breathe out, or if you're focusing on different ratios, do that. Whatever breath count you do, Once in a while, do a free test to see how much longer you can breathe in. It's same as going to gym, that you will push it with the same weights for a few days, or you run for 30 minutes every day, and then someday you will push it further. Again, you don't go lifting 1000 kilos in a day all of a sudden when you're lifting 50. So make sure you don't overdo it. And when I say overdo it, I mean the amount of times you do it. Slowly increase it. Anything radical, it doesn't give you time to observe the changes. So always do whatever you're doing, observe the changes, increase it, adjust it, again observe the changes, so it doesn't become sudden. Your body is learning as it goes through this. Like any changes we plan to do in life, if you want lasting change, we have to do it for a long time. So again, it should be done every day. It shouldn't be weekends you don't do it, Saturday Sundays you don't do it, Friday nights you don't do it. It should be done 7 times a day, non-stop, for as long as you can. And I would say minimum 3 to 6 months. If you want long lasting changes, then you don't do it for 1 or 2 days. There's nothing like a quick turnaround. It's a long time fix, and it's a long time investment. A simple suggestion is, for first few days, few weeks, just do it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day. Just focus on 1-1 breathing or 1-2 breathing for 10 minutes a day, not more, just 10 minutes a day. And then slowly, if you find good, if you start enjoying it, start doing more. So the important question, why should you do it? So think of it like this: if we have a candle, and if it's outside, out in the open, if the wind blows, it will start moving. If somebody puts certain kind of a small vacuum, it will start going towards it. It moves around based on the outside circumstances. Same is with our mind. Whether we look at astrology and see how planets affect us, or people around us affect us, or things around us affect us, this is all, think of this like a candle's light going all over the places based on outside circumstances. What this will do is it will put a coat around it. So same with a lantern. When you have the light inside and you have a glass around it, what happens is, if it's cold outside, windy outside, rainy outside, doesn't matter, you are protected. That light is protected. So whatever the situations and circumstances may be around, you yourself know how to protect yourself. Think of it this way: we have 10 or 15 incidents in a day that affect us, or at least that we go through. 3 of them might affect us. Now, when we are going through this meditative process, when we are actively concentrating on our breath, a lot of our thoughts will try and come in. A lot of thoughts will come in. It will try and break your concentration. It will try and break your count, and you will be fighting against it. So what's going to happen is, you are training your mind to be stronger, to fight all this. You are creating that coat of glass to make sure that anything that comes and hits you, you are not affected by it. You are protected. So this is a mental training process. And in this process, while you are fighting all this and trying to make sure that, how should I breathe? I should breathe down to up to down. How many breaths I should take? How long am I taking it? How many breaths I have taken so far? What you are doing is, you are gaining concentration. You are building concentration. So this is not only for adults, but even for kids. If you want, we tell them that you're not concentrated enough, you're not focused enough. Even me as an adult, I feel that I felt that for the longest time, where I just didn't know how to concentrate. And this is the answer. So this is the answer for it. And kids specifically should learn this, because this is how we'll learn to concentrate, to focus absolutely on one thing. Once we train our mind, then we can go and focus on anything we want. We will be clear and we will be focused. This is all from Hatha Yoga Pradipika, chapter 2, verse 7 to 9 on Satkarms and Pranayam. Hope you enjoyed this Back to Life series on breath. We will be focusing many interesting topics like this, about how to conserve your energy, how to build more energy, and how to focus with one-pointedness. So there's many more things to come. To watch many more videos like this, please like, share and subscribe. Until next time.